And welcome back. Nice to have you here. And, our next guest is the Executive Director of Community Hope Services, and he's here with us to speak about his organization, the programs and services it offers, and much more. So please welcome to the show, Walter Ritz. Walt Ritz, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Walt, that name has a ring to it. Walt Rich, you can be a baseball star, you can be a newscaster, you can be just about anything, but we love the work that you're doing as the executive director.
Thank you. Thank you. I love doing this work, so I couldn't be happier.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Community Hope Services.
Sure. So for those that might not be familiar with Hope Community Services, some people know us as the emergency food organization here in New Rochelle and of southern Westchester County. We've done a lot in the last few years with giving out food through our pantry and our soup kitchen. And it's really since COVID that we've started to add more and more community programming. For example, this past summer, we've added an after-school program, a camp, and a STEAM program.
Yeah, and it's one of the largest, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes. It's one of the largest food pantries in Westchester.
Yeah, and of course, this happened after COVID or during COVID.
Yeah, to give some perspective, during COVID, New Rochelle, of course, was one of the first areas that was impacted by the virus, and of course, the first and only containment zone in the country.
Yeah.
What happened here was we decided to stay open. So we stayed open while other organizations around us were closing, which meant we had all the surrounding communities come to us. So for some perspective, in 2020, we gave out more meals that year than we had in the 10 previous years combined.
And not only that, it's well, isn't it the first kosher food pantry?
Yes, part of the expansion from the organization that resulted from COVID was we really saw what the needs were in the community, and as we were giving out so much food during the pandemic, we understood that there was a community that was really not able to access the food that they really wanted to have, which was kosher food. So in 2021, we implemented the first kosher pantry in Westchester.
Yeah. What are some of the other services and programs that Hope offers?
So we've really decided to invest quite a bit in the idea of the community, not only in the area of emergency food services, but basic community needs. We have a housing program here, which provides housing for the homeless. We have a day program for those that are residing in the neighboring shelter. And we've made a pretty large investment in the kids in the community. So just this year, we've put together an after-school program. We've put together a child mental health program. We've put in a camp and a STEAM program, which pairs with an existing child hunger initiative program that we introduced a few years ago.
That's great. And some of the goals of your organization, where do you want to go from here?
So I would say we have one goal, which is really the goal that we've had since the birth of the organization, which is improve and offer the community a better lifestyle. And really what we mean by that is offering the community an opportunity to not have to worry about the basic needs that others may not have to worry about. So if you're worried about where you're going to get your meals from, if you're worried about how you're going to feed your kids, if you're worrying about housing, those are the needs that we can help with. And the idea is that these will help springboard individuals to be able to do more and better once they have those basic needs met.
Yeah. Can you briefly describe the STEM program and the summer camp programs that you offer to students, and what ages are involved?
Sure. So we've put together two distinct programs this summer. The first one is our STEAM program, which is very much like a traditional STEM program, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. And we introduce art into it, which makes it STEAM. And we put this program together in a community that was really isolated from the rest of the communities in New Rochelle. So this was an opportunity to kind of try something, and we had a wonderful response. We've had wonderful volunteers help us put this together,
Yeah.
and I think it's very promising for the next year.
Now it's moving with a lot of steam.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. How can students get involved? Who qualifies?
So, like with any Hope service, those that are the most vulnerable in the community are the ones that are able to access these programs. So, for example, our camp, which is running right now, that program is a 100% free program available to kids of low income parents. So, a lot of these parents utilize our food pantry for services. So, we know that they have a need beyond food. So, this is one of the ways that we can kind of help them, not only to give their children some enrichment, but also to give them some respite too.
Yeah. And how do we get involved? I mean, what website do we go to?
So for any of our services, you can go to hopecommunityservices.org and you can see our programs, what's available. And typically when we have an event, for example, we have a backpack distribution coming up on August
Oh,
20th.
good. Yeah, yeah. August 20th. Okay. That's
Uh,
I think that's a Friday or Saturday, right?
Saturday.
Saturday.
And this is something we've done every year. Every service here at Hope is 100% free. So on August 20th, we get backpacks out to the community filled with school supplies. And we try to really make this a fun day for the kids. So we'll have rides, we'll have games, we'll have food. And the idea is to give them something a little more fun
Yeah.
aside from getting a new backpack. But of course, that is important as well.
You're gonna have food. Yeah, you're gonna have a food distribution and also cooked foods or foods that you could eat right there, right?
Yeah, so we have a lot of great friends in the community, like AJ's Burgers, we work with quite a bit. They've been fantastic supporters of this organization. So they'll give out free food to the community on that day, hot food.
Yeah.
We'll
What's the
have
location there?
the location at Hope Community Services is 50 Washington Avenue in New Rochelle.
Is that where you have in the backpack distribution?
So our backpack distribution site is still in.
Oh, got it. Okay. They can go to the website to find out more about that, right?
They go to the website. You can donate to the website if you're looking to donate supplies, whether it's backpack, school supplies. And if you're looking to participate in the event, you can find that on there as well.
Now, this organization has been in existence for some time. Who was the founder of this organization?
So there's a wonderful story here. This organization was started in 1984 when our founder, Mary Lou McNanny, went to the train stations and found that there were a lot of people there that were hungry and needed food. So she actually started bringing food to them at the train station. And as she began to get a little bit of a following and understood there were a lot more people beyond what she saw at the train station, she opened up the very first soup kitchen here in Westchester County. And that's how the organization began. It's a very small soup kitchen, and it has evolved over the last 4 decades.
That's how it all began. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's wonderful. It's a wonderful story, and I'm glad that you guys are continuing that because there's so many people that need to be serviced in our communities, and we're glad that you're there, with your sleeves rolled up, doing what you do to make it all happen for them.
Oh, we love doing it.
Yeah. Website again?
HopeCommunityServices.org.
Social media?
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Hope Community Services.
I think you have a YouTube channel also. Is that right?
We do. We have a YouTube channel at Hope CS, where you can see some of the videos that we've posted over the last few years, which highlight some of the programs that we've been participating in.
Yeah, we just want to get it all out there. Can I call you a doctor? Because you're very knowledgeable about what's going on in our community and what you.
Doctor, any day.
Okay. Doc, that sounds like a good name. I think you should go for it, man.
All right. Well, I'm going to go for it.
All right. Thank you so much. Walter Ritz, Executive Director, Community Hope Services. We appreciate you and thank you again.
Thank you, Dr. Bob.
All right. That's about it for today's show. Thank you for letting me share in this space and time with you. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice, and let your choice control the chooser. I want to thank everybody in the the control room. Don't listen to the man behind the curtain. No, it's like a a Wizard of Oz type of situation. Lots of controls up there. They're pushing buttons and making it all happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Join host Darren Jaime on Wednesday for a brand new episode of Open. And I'll see you next week. For all of us here at BronxNet, thank you, thank you, thank you once again. And I'll see you also on 107.5 WVLS of the Dr. Bob Lee. Love you all. Peace.